Y'all know what's going on. It's time for another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker. Welcome to the show, y'all. Look here. I'm going to get straight to it. So my COS, he got the boy hemmed up, right? He got the boy hemmed up. He asked me what's really going on with this situation. So the boy tell him, look, go ask your brother because I'm not finna get caught up in it. See, the boy is scared because we got a reputation on the compound, y'all. I'm going to tell y'all something. GD got a reputation on the compound for being no nonsense. We're not finna play with you. And if you get the plan, it's going to be a problem. Especially when you're talking about something like this, right? Because this thing can blow up and be all kinds of trouble for everybody. Real talk. Because the consequences of violating like that, man, it's not a light one, man. This brother here could end up getting pushed to the back, getting stuck on. All kinds of stuff can happen to him, right? So we got to make sure that we're getting the right thing about this story, right? Because it's something that ain't adding up. And my COS was smart enough to understand he got to go aggressive with this thing. So the boy tell him which brothers he need to go holler at. So he gets back at the boy and he tell the boy, he said, look, he said, I'm going to do everything that you telling me, right? But he said, I need you to trust me and tell me what's really going on. So the boy spilled it in. The boy tell him the folk them came to him and paid him, you know what I'm saying, about $50 worth of that smoke, so that he would do this thing with Tori when they brought him to the cell. And he said, so my COS said, who else knew about it? He said, well, my seller know, because my seller had to go down to Tori's cell while he was in the cell with me. And he was like, okay. So my COS, he went and questioned the boy seller, and he found out that they had paid him too to leave the cell so that he could get in the cell just in case the police come around. They know what's what going, you know what I'm saying? Now, here's why that's important. When the officer walks around, they observe and they look and they see what's going on, right? And if you're not in a cell that you assigned to, you out of place. You can get a write-up. But most of the time, if the officer is walking during the day, he see two bodies, two to a cell, he keeps moving. Now, back in the day, you could do that. And then a lot of times, also just keeping it 100, keeping it gangster, a lot of times the officer could see that somebody's not supposed to be in a cell as long as it wasn't causing a problem. And the officer knew who did what and all this and that, right? Who had their little proclivities and all this and that. So sometimes when they might see something going on, they keep it moving, man. They keep it moving. Penitentiary run itself, y'all. And I'll explain what that means at another time. But look, check this out. So now my COS, he's getting the full picture. And he coming back to me and he brings it to me and he tells me everything that's going on. And now we're puzzled. And the reason we were puzzled because we're trying to figure out why in the world would they go to this extreme to cross this brother out? And I told my COS, I said, I know they're not doing this because they don't like that I'm cool with this young brother. This is too extreme. This is too much, right? It's got to be something else going on, right? And my COS said, Joe T, he said, listen to me, and sometimes it is what it is. He said, don't try to put 100 on 10 on everything. Sometimes you just got to accept what it is. Now, it may be more. It may be more to this, right? But what we do know is that these brothers tried to make everybody believe that he was in a cell with the boy messing around. And I said, you're right. But before we do something, I wanted to know, you know what I'm saying, what was really going on. What is behind all of this animosity that they seem to have towards Tori? I wanted to know what that was about. I wanted to see for myself if it was something, because I got a bad habit of this. Let me explain something to y'all. I got a bad habit of trying to salvage every situation. You feel what I'm saying? I'm one of those logical people. I'm a Virgo, right? Analytical. And if it don't make sense to me, I gotta reconfigure it and put the piece of the puzzle together to make it make sense. But sometimes it's hard to do. And I had to come to the realization that in this lifestyle that I was living, that some things you're not gonna be able to make sense. People do what they do for their own benefit, for their own reasons. And that's why, I speak out about the situations that I used to be in so that you'll understand if you decide you want to live this lifestyle, what you're really getting into. It ain't no game. And I recommend that you don't even get in the game. Real talk. Because it's serious. Somebody can cross you all the way out of your situation without you even understanding what's going on. And that's what was about to happen to Tori. So I told my COS, I said, go get the old heads and bring them to me. Bring them to me. And I said, don't tell them what's going on. Just tell them that they're going to be, I want to hear from their mouth what they saw. And that's important. So when he brought the old heads to me, we go in the cell, all four of us. Now we in the cell and we're talking. And I tell him, I said, look, I need to know what it was that y'all saw, right? And then I'm going to need y'all to make sure that you come to the hearing when Tory gets written up, because we need to know exactly what he did. Now, they don't realize that I'm watching the body language. You got to watch the body language when you're dealing with individuals in this lifestyle, right? Because they'll tell on themselves. Everybody got to tell. Like when you're playing poker, everybody got to tell. So when I'm looking at them while I'm talking to them and I tell them I need to know what y'all saw, I saw both of them kind of try to glance at each other out of their peripheral vision, right? And now I'm looking at their faces at the same time and I'm knowing that they're thinking, we got him. We got him. So they started giving me the rundown about what they saw and how he was laying in the bed and he was spooning and the boy nibbling on his ear and all this old kind of stuff like that, right? And I couldn't take no more. You'd like to stay calm, but I couldn't take no more. And I said, look here, bro. Listen to what I'm finna tell y'all. I'm gonna give y'all one chance, man, to clean this up. Because if you don't clean this up, it's gonna get ugly. Now they totally misunderstood what I was saying. They totally misunderstood what I was saying. They thought that I was saying, man, we're going to make this go away. And if you don't clean it up, I'm going to have to do something to Tory. I'm going to have to make it ugly for him. They thought that's what I meant. That ain't what I meant. I was giving them a shot. I was giving them a shot. So they looked at me, man, and they, look here, if you're part of the business, you know what I say when they put it on everything, right? They put it on Larry. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm looking at them like, for real? You doing that? They're like, man, it's on everything, man. What we say we saw is what we saw, right? I said, you know the consequences of that, right? Now listen to me. When you put it on Larry, that's almost, in a court of law, that's like putting your hand on the Bible and saying, I testify, I swear to tell the truth and the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God. You feel me? Not to be comparing Larry Hoover to God. That's a blasphemy. Wouldn't dare do it. Not gonna do it. It ain't like that. But I'm just trying to give you what it is for people that live that lifestyle. It's like, that means something. That means a lot when you put it on Larry. That means that I'm telling the truth at the risk of being violated. You feel what I'm saying? At the risk of getting put in that rack, getting a pumpkin head. They understood that when they did that. So I said again, are you sure about what you're telling me? And then they said, we're sure. And that's when my COS said, well, then y'all might need to sit down because I got something to say. I did an investigation about this situation, and this is what I found out. One, you went to the boy and you paid the boy off to be in the cell when you bring him to the cell and lay in the bed with him and make it look like that you was up to something. You know, Tory was up to something. Then two, I got the boys selling that says that y'all paid him to go to Tory's cell so that he could be in his cell so that y'all can take care of the business real quick. He didn't really know what y'all meant by that, but everybody know now. So my COS said, look here, we're going to give you one more chance to come clean, right? But see, when you get caught in a situation like that, it's real hard to come clean because you don't know if we're really going to do something to you or not. Because they've seen me operate. They've seen my COS operate. We'll sit there and tell you some all kind of bull stuff until you tell us the truth. And then we'll lower the boom on you. Lower the boom on you. And not once did I tell them, tell me the truth and everything going to be okay and ain't going to do nothing to you. I didn't tell them that. Because I didn't want them to feel like they were going to be okay. I didn't want them to feel like that they were going to be able to get away with this. I wanted them to be nervous. But I did want to know why. I did want to know why. And I asked them, I said, bro, man, y'all been around a long time, longer than me. Why would you want to do something like this, man? Why would you want to do something like this? And then they looked at me and they said, Joe T, man, ain't no favoritism in this. I said, I respect what you said when it comes to ain't no favoritism in it, but why would you go to this extreme that's doing something to a younger brother that could get this young brother messed up real bad? Why would you do that? Tell me, I just can't even imagine why you would want to make sure that this young brother got hurt. Why would you do that? Why would you do something like that? And both of them looked at me and then they looked back at each other and then I said, I tell you what, I'm going to give y'all a couple of minutes to figure out what you need to say to me because if you don't tell me what I need to hear, it's going to be consequences and repercussions, right? I need to know why you did this, right? And if you want to know why they did it. You're going to have to tune in to the next episode. But it's coming right behind this. I told you I'm not going to leave you hanging. But this is day 2. So it's going to come right behind this. So you're going to have to tune in just a few minutes and find out what it was that they told me, why they did this, right? Come on back. Now, don't y'all abandon me on this thing, right? This has been another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker. And I say peace, y'all. I've been trying to breathe underwater.